All right, we're live. Brett,
We're
what up? We're a little late today.
we are late. We've had some technical issues in the background. Sorry for the lateness, everybody, but we are here now. We lost a couple of people along the way, unfortunately.
Yeah, sorry. No Chris DeSantis and no Sonny, the swimsuit guy today.
Dang.
They even bumped Sonny up from coach to first class on that Wi-Fi at the hotel, and it was actually worse. It was slower.
Yeah.
How can you have such bad Wi-Fi or bad internet at a fancy hotel like that?
I don't know, man. But how come you decided to go with the sleeves today as opposed to the sleeveless hoodie?
I have a hoodie on.
Yeah, sleeves. It's sleeveless is in there. Didn't you know that?
Oh, yeah. Is that for Loretta?
It's just for fashion, man. Everybody knows it now. Like sleeveless is the way to go this winter.
Well, you gotta have guns to show, to fit those sleeveless.
Ah, man,
Not everyone can pull that off.
it's hard to be born with perfect arms, but you just got to deal with it.
Oh, come on, I know you weren't born with perfect arms. You're in the weight room every single day getting those things big.
Ask my mother.
The big guns.
All right, what's happening? What's happening today?
Loretta Race, she's back. Still
she
waiting for the guns.
Oh, come on. They're there. Bang. Always been there, Retta. Come on.
All right, there's a lot to go over. When I was putting this thing together, I just didn't even know what to talk about. There's so much fast swimming going on right now. Short course yard swimming, short course meter swimming, and of course we got some super fast long course meter kicking going on with the 50 kick challenge. So where should we start?
Start at the top. I got criticized that we get off topic a lot, so let's just stay on topic. You run with it. Let's go with the top down, please.
Okay, ISL. We just watched a couple playoff matches that came down to the end. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite swim? I'll tell you my favorite swim. Shaban Hahi's 200 freestyle was ridiculous. Not a world record. Doesn't matter. I think every single person, especially like a teenage girl that's a swimmer, needs to watch this race. She was so controlled. I think I put it out on Twitter. I was like, look, if you showed all of her turns, all of her breakouts, all of her kickouts side by side, you wouldn't be able to tell which one was which one was her first, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. They all looked exactly the same. Like she was just she was just in sync in this race. We saw her go 151.1 before. Now she's under, bringing it home a little bit faster than she had been. This is what you call racing shape. Some of these swimmers that have been here since the beginning haven't been missing a beat. They are clearly in racing shape, unlike some of the other folks that we saw, like the number one male swimmer in the world, Caleb Dressel, obviously taking a little toll from that break.
Yeah, some really interesting matchups. Great to see Caleb back, by the way, even though he wasn't in peak form. He's still got a week or so, a couple of matches to get there. So I think we're going to see. Look, I think we're going to see some crazy racing in the finals. I think it's going to be a really exciting final. Definitely the best of the three, I think, that we've had. So semifinals this week. Some crazy matchups. One of the things that really interests me here, and I was hoping Sonny could be on this call, but like LA Current finished third in the last match, but they won the previous one. So, and I know they're kind of going head to head with the Toronto team. Toronto finished second here in this match 3. So I'm not sure where it all shakes out. Do you know where they stand right now?
I mean, in terms of like going into it, no.
Going into who's going to be the top 4 teams? I mean, clearly you got a London team. Clearly you got an Energy Standard. There's 2 right there. You got and Cali, right? So there's your 3.
I think Toronto is the one that's going to be the 4th one, right?
Well, what about LA?
Well, it's going to be between those 2.
Right, yeah, it'll be between the 2, sure. But I just don't know where they stand in terms of matchups. Like, what does it mean for this last semifinal matchup here? Like where do they have to finish? And does it come down to points? Can someone in the comments section, Reddit, can you help us here? Does anyone know exactly what it's coming down to for that final spot in the semifinals this week.
Yeah, we do need our special insider, Sonny, with all the
I know.
all the inner understandings of the points and whatnot. That being said, here are the next playoff matches starting tomorrow, right?
And Energy, yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's the one tomorrow. Energy, DC, London, and LA. That's on tomorrow.
That should be a fun meet. All these meets are fun.
On the weekend, you got Cali.
Every single event is almost fun. I was looking at short course world championships again. No Japanese swimmers. Australians are bringing Chalmers and Holly Barrett, and that's it. I mean, that meet is going to be underwhelming, I think, compared to what these meets are. Obviously, it's a little different. The formats is way different, and people tapering is different. But at the end of the day, I love watching these pro swimmers get better as the season and these meets progress.
Right.
Which I think someone just did a study in France that showed that. Giron, sometimes he's in the comment section. But people like Kelsey Dahlia, right? She just went right off of her American record in the 100 fly. She's looking excellent. Mateo Revolta, the backstroker, had a huge meet this past weekend. I'm excited about all these lesser known names that are swimming really, really well at these meets. So tomorrow, little football, little turkey, little swimming, it seems like.
Oh yeah, a lot of swimming. So a couple of comments here. Let's analyze these a little bit. If LA comes third, Toronto comes second, they're equal points. LA will advance because of the head-to-head. They beat Toronto. Okay, that makes sense. So that's interesting, and that's certainly a possible outcome over the weekend. And then this one says Toronto gets the win if they finish second. LA's fourth. Yeah, I don't see LA finishing fourth. That's not going to happen. So that's kind of out. What's this one say? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's good for us. I mean, we're going to sit, like you said, we're going to be sitting at home instead of watching our usual football or basketball. We're going to be watching swimming on Thanksgiving. I mean, outstanding. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome.
You're welcome. I'll take it. So, yeah, cool stuff for swim fans. And I think this is the right time to get into it. Look, we were critical maybe of the prelim kind of sessions that were going on straight after the Olympics, and it was a little bit lackluster. I know there was some fast swimming involved in there by a couple of people, but generally it was kind of like, why are we doing this right now? And it kind of felt awkward, whereas this feels right now. Like it feels like, okay, we're in a good spot. Let's get some racing.
We're past the break, right? Like the Olympic nap time is over, and some people have woke up a little earlier and got to the ISL and started racing and never really missed a beat like a Coleman Stewart. Whereas now, I mean, we just saw Tom Dean. I mean, he just got blasted this past weekend. He took 10 weeks off. He take 10 weeks off. I think he said that he's only been swimming for 2 or 3 weeks, like super easy, basically. And they just kind of threw him in there, swimming all the events. I think he swam the 4 IM, 50 fly, the 4 free. I mean, he's just getting. I kept seeing his name on the bottom of the standings, but that's just the way it is. That's the way it is.
Listen, man, I win a couple of gold medals at the Olympics at the age 21. I'm kind of having a little fun after, you know what I mean? Like I'm cashing in a little bit. So I'm not in any rush.
Yeah, no. I mean, this is what has made the season interesting, to be honest, is like who is in what kind of shape. I mean, if you saw some of those pictures of Dressel, he looks like he's lost considerable amounts of muscle mass. He looks skinny.
Yeah.
You don't really know who's going to win these things. Who's sick, who's got COVID, who's injured, who took 10 weeks off, who's going to win the skins and flip the whole entire score. None of those other races matter. I mean, it can, I think some people think that the point swing is too much, but that's also kind of what makes it a little bit exciting too. It's like a rug pull. Yeah. Anyways, ISL
good
tomorrow.
racing.
I don't know if it's on CBS, but I got the ticket anyways, so I'm good to go.
I'd love to be there, man. I'd love to go watch it. I think it'd be fun live. Super interesting live. But yeah,
Just hop on a plane, Eindhoven.
I mean, that would be cool. I'd love to do that. Yeah,
You'll be there
honestly,
in a day.
it'd be super cool, wouldn't it? I mean, who in the comment section wouldn't want to just jump on a plane and go to Eindhoven and watch some fast swimming over the weekend?
Don't forget your COVID test.
Yeah, you got to do that. Anyway,
right.
so what else?
College swimming invite season, baby. You remember
Lots
that?
of it.
You remember that?
Yeah, it was always a tough one for us because we were in the SEC, and the SEC's hotly contested. And we were in a situation where, athletic directors expect you to win SEC championships. I mean, it's part of the deal, you got to win them. And they're also part of our history in the SEC. So it's like there is pressure to perform at that meet, unlike some of the other conferences. So these kind of meets, mid-year, some colleges just pop off and qualify for their athletes for NCAAs and then kind of swim through their conference a little bit more than the SEC teams would have. So it was never really a huge thing for us. We never really got into this, but man, there's some fast swimming going on now. And I think people are kind of like at that point where they're like happy to have full meets back again. And, it's been a little while in terms of full college swim meets with fans and, some of the
finals, suits, shaving down, a little bit of a taper, maybe a little drop taper or whatever, some big traveling going on for the first time. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, it's exciting times.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start. There's so many fast swims. Our boy Grant House, who just he's not on the top of the leaderboard anymore, but he is number 2 on the kick challenge. But he laid down the country's fastest 200 freestyle with a 131.
Well, not only him, it was fantastic. His whole team, ASU. I mean, the ASU team, wasn't it good to see them back racing again and performing and some of their young kids, some freshmen. They got a team. Little French kid knocking out a 3:35 in the 4 a.m.
Crazy fast. 3:35 is crazy fast.
Yeah, it's sick. So, no, I think ASU was great to see them back in. Marshawn, thanks, Britta. Marshawn was there. You know what? Hey, Nate, we're down a guest today. Can we pull Retta in here? Let's get her in here. Come on, Retta. Come join the fun. Join us for a little. Send her a link. Now listen, but just in terms of the college swimming, there was some really good stuff going on. And
Tori Husk, top times in the 100 free, the 100 fly.
Yeah.
Ellen Walsh, the freshman from Ireland from Tempelog Swim Club out there. My boy, Coach Brian Sweeney. She just won 50.1 in the 100 butterfly.
Who did?
Tennessee. Ellen Walsh, freshman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy. I didn't see the Tennessee results. I just saw overall the team.
50.2. Sorry.
Well, still smoking.
Yeah. And that is the top time so far.
Oh, really?
She also went 154 in the 200 IM. Not too shabby. Wow. And then, of course, UVA girls. Alex Walsh breaking records, 401 the 400 IM. Kate Douglas 21.2 in the 50 freestyle.
Well, I mean, we've seen those girls live and in the flesh at a meet, in a squad meet. So I mean, geez, that team's dangerous. Those girls are talented and train great trainers. But that's going to be a good team to follow. But
Ken Heiss is calling me. I just had to big boy him. Cancel him.
Yeah.
Let me
pass him off.
Let me text this to Retta.
Yeah, get that out to Retta. Get her on here.
Retta, I'm sneaking into your Twitter DMs. Where is she?
Oh, okay.
You haven't been texting. You haven't even been slipping in my DMs for weeks.
Okay.
There you go, Retta. There's the link.
Get on that link.
Twitter.
Get up on here. We're talking fast swimming all round.
What else in college swimming? Christian Ferraro from Georgia Tech, 140 point fast, 140 point fast in the 2 fly. I think he broke the school record for Georgia Tech.
Good for him. Bama had their first big meet under their new head coach.
And they swam great.
Did they? Yeah,
They sure did.
I saw some headlines. Didn't necessarily dive into the numbers, but certainly looked like they had a couple of swims that were popping off. Yeah.
And if you look at breaststroke, specifically the men's breaststroke for NCAA, you're just going to see all these times, all these names, and you just never. I don't know any of them, and they all go 51 or 51 low, 51.5. You know, how do we not have more kids under a minute long course when we have all these guys easily going sub 52? Jeremy Lin, when he went 51, everyone thought it was never going to be broken. You know,
well, it's all pullouts, turns and pullouts and power. A lot of power swimming in NCAAs these days. You know, people train in power more than ever. You know, and it just translates real well into that short course yard swimming. It doesn't translate as well into the long course, but a lot of power swimming going on, which is good. I like it. You know, it's my form of training.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of, get your drag socks, aquavolo.com.
Here we go. Look at this.
Which is good.
Up?
Like it.
Loretta.
Training.
Hey guys.
Sounds like you need some headphones. Get your drag socks, aquavolo.com.
Here we go. Look at this.
Well, you're like late.
Which is good. Like it.
Loretta.
Hi.
Is she behind us? What happened? What's the sound going on?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad you turned that sound off. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, you're like late. It's weird. Loretta, can you still hear us? You're like echoing. It's like you're behind us.
We're having all these technical issues today. I don't know what's going on.
Neither.
We can't pull a guest in. I mean, you look good. Thanks for joining us, but can't hear you. Oh man, what's happening, dude? What's going on with our feed today, man?
I don't know what that was.
I don't know what any of it is. We've lost 3 guests now. We can't get a guest on here.
Look, did you saw Sonny's? He did a speed test on his Wi-Fi. It was the most piss poor Wi-Fi I've ever seen.
I blame Sonny. Maybe he gave us a bug.
Oh, she's back.
Let's see if this works again. Round 2.
No, am I back?
You sound way better.
I don't know what happened.
Me neither. It was like it was like you were 10 seconds behind us.
Oh, weird. Well, that's probably good because you guys were talking about college swimming, right? So
yes. You want to go back to college swimming? Go ahead.
No.
Oh, you cover international.
What's the more fast swimming mean? What does that mean?
There was just so much fast swimming. Hey, this is a perfect time for Reddit to come in. I mean, Russian short course championships.
Actually, yeah, but that was kind of disappointing. There weren't that many fast swims there. I mean, there weren't that many swimmers there. The one chick, Nika Godin, I think she did like 103.77 one breast. So that was pretty decent.
It's short course meters.
Yeah, beat Efimova. But that was pretty much it. I think one dude went under 47 in the one free. I mean, for short course, we're not talking flashing lights. I mean, it was okay.
So many Russians are swimming for the ISL.
Yeah.
So many Russians, both on the men's and the women's side.
Actually, Vlad Morozov got married.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was random. I was just popped up, didn't it? And he looked good too. It wasn't like he just went and it looked organized.
Totally. Yeah. So I don't even know who the lucky lady is. I don't know.
Well, congratulations.
So that was the Russian news that was outside the pool.
Right. Yeah, I did see that too. That was interesting. Good for him.
No,
was that in LA? Did they get married in LA or Russia? Or no, he's from Siberia, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. But so it looked a little warmer than Siberia.
It did. Yeah. Any other fast swimming you see around the world, Retta, that we're not picking up on?
What else did I cover? I'm trying to think. Spain's doing some stuff today. So like Hugo Gonzalez, speaking of NCAA, so he's entered. So we'll see what he's going to do. But that
in the Spanish championships.
Yeah.
God, I hate that. I hate that as a college coach, where all your half your team's like, got to go to this meet, got to go to that meet, and then they just ravage your team. It's like,
most of them got to go qualify, right?
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
like the biggest part.
Yeah, that was always difficult.
The Swiss kid that got third in the 100 fly, he swam not for NC State, but for
Ponti, that dude, yeah.
He broke all his records.
Oh, yeah. The British universities and colleges. So the totally low level NCAA equivalent on the British side, Bucks. That did happen. There were a couple of swims there, but like normally Duncan Scott's there. Tom Dean
Yeah.
has been there before, so that was. I'm not going to say it was underwhelming at all, but Louise Hansen was there and she threw down some pretty quick times. I think one day she took like 4 or 5 different events. So she was close to her best times. Didn't hit best times, I don't think, except maybe one. But so she was pretty good. And then, oh gosh, how do you pronounce his name? The NC State guy, the Greek dude, Vizaios.
Vizaios, yeah.
Yeah. So I think he hit a 50.1 in the one fly, I want to say. So he broke Greek record. So he's like 27 or 29. You know what I mean? So he was
an old NCAA swimmer for sure.
Yeah. I was like, when was that? Was that like 10 years ago?
Yeah. I think it was like 8 years ago. He was a freshman when I went to visit, and I just looked at him. I was like, damn, that's a nice 5 o'clock shadow. Like, boom, dude had a giant beard.
Yeah.
But he's been doing well. Just won Euros in the 2IM. He's one of those guys that's just been smashing swim meets. Like, people are traveling a lot, and they keep going to meet after meet after meet. Kyle Chalmers, I mean, the guy's probably never going to go back to Australia at this point. He's swimming ISL. Then he's one of the only Australians going to Abu Dhabi.
Right. I think it's because he's out of the country anyway. You know what I mean? I think that's why. So
you can't go back.
Yeah.
Is Emma McKeon doing short course worlds?
No, it's just 2. I think it's Holly Barrett.
Barrett, yeah.
Yeah. And Kyle.
Who is she's a 50 specialist anyways. So she's got, I think I saw her in Hangzhou or Windsor in one of those world championships. So there's just
what's the estimate on amount of prize money Chalmers is going to win from Olympics to Christmas?
Oh geez.
Well, if he goes the best time in the 100 freestyle in Dubai or Abu Dhabi rather, he'll get 50 grand right there. So I think he's got the right idea. I keep seeing him with these giant checks.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
He only got 10,000 for going his best time the first time and breaking the world record. But if he does it again, I don't know how that pool is. Actually, my college swimming roommate he lives there. I've been there, visited him, but I didn't go to that swimming pool. So I don't know how fast it is. I just saw Kazan won 2022 short course worlds and everyone loves that pool. Of course but like you said, Nate, but not everyone's going to be there. It's kind of, you know what I mean? It's not like this, top to bottom, left to right, full-fledged star extravaganza. You know what I mean? Like it's quite the opposite.
Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking, it might not bring out the best performances simply because, the bar isn't going to be that high in terms of the top people and everything.
Yeah, but you know how it is. I mean, the ISL has shown this better than any other league, right? Sometimes you just don't know when you're going to go out there and drop a 48-300 backstroke world record. Right.
And sometimes you do.
Sometimes you do.
Especially when there's some cash on it. I think that's the thing is I'm not going to World Short Course to be the world champion. I'm going there to pay some bills.
That's right.
I'm going to cash up. I'm going some of those big checks,
Yeah.
That's what it is about, I think.
So many of these guys and gals are going to use the ISL. All the racing. It's short course racing. And they're going to be in racing shape. Just like we've been talking a lot about lately. Who's in racing shape and who's not in racing shape? Dressel, Tom Dean, guys like that, they're not in racing shape yet. So it's going to make the ISL interesting. Mm-hmm. I don't think Caleb's going to sweep all of his events like he would typically think that he would in a short course swim meet. So
no.
It's fun. There's so much going on. Like I said, it's fast swimming everywhere.
Well, it'll be good. Good for us.
You know what else I thought was cool? Braden did that story about Northwestern's relay. And I remember that relay like it was like yesterday. You remember that relay, Brett?
Which one specifically? I didn't read the article.
Brett, was it from 2007?
Oh my God, I didn't read the article either.
What story are you talking about?
Okay. Well, Northwestern, like when Bob Groseth was there,
I don't normally click on Northwestern stories, like dying to read that.
I understand.
I was
but
there, yeah. I think you're talking about Grievers and
yeah,
those guys?
Grievers, Matt Alexandrov,
Mike Alexandrov.
Mike Alexandrov, the breaststroker was there.
Yeah.
And then the kid from Wisconsin that was like the big recruit coming out of high school that year, Kyle Boobles.
That's right.
And they set that medley relay record. Well, it was just finally broken.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great little story because you think sometimes those relays with those iconic Olympic swimmers are never going to be broken, and there you go, it's broken.
Interesting.
Oh, the Berduso, yeah, the Italian guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Swam butterfly.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
Which is funny, right? Like he's a bronze medalist in the 200 butterfly long course, and he helps break this record in just doing a 50 yards.
Is that Northwestern?
That was Northwestern.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know he went there. Wow, that's a good pickup for them.
And his brother goes there too. Yeah, they're like they've been there. I think Kip recruited him in like 17 or 18.
Right. Okay.
And then they took a year because of COVID and the Olympics, and now they're back again. So,
gotcha.
Under Katie Robinson.
Gotcha.
All right, Retta, you got a snorkel?
Oh my gosh, I haven't touched the water in probably 12 months.
What?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing over there in Kentucky?
I mean, I just have other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were masters.
I was all about it. And then now I'm a gym rat. But I don't have the hoodie thing going on. But
get it sleeveless
next time.
I mean, it's not hard to create. I just got the scissors out today. You can make one yourself.
Well, how fast do you think you could go 50 flutter kick long course?
I sucked at kicking. I was always a sucky kicker, big time. Like I was the one that always grabbed the fins and
yeah.
Like
a true master swimmer would.
Right.
I've actually had a couple of real big name swimmers privately message me and be like, I can't do this. Like it's not my thing. I'll name drop. Ryan Murphy was one of them. Murphy was like,
really?
Yeah, he was like, I can't do it. I was like, it just wasn't my thing. But
you can do a lot of other things in the pool that I have no other excuse.
Yeah, no doubt. But 50 flutter kick on a board is just not everybody's thing. But the ones that some people, and we're getting. I mean, this thing blew up in the last 24 hours, Nate.
Yeah, it's been super fun. I think the best part is showing that someone like a Bruno, you can get third place at the Olympics in the 50 freestyle and be pretty pedestrian 50 flutter kick with a board.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't his best day, but he's certainly not much better than that either. I mean, I'm putting him at about a 34, and he was having a 36 type of day. So
Well, he's not on the leaderboard anymore. He's not in the top 10.
Got bumped, but we're getting some submissions every time I pick up my phone after a couple of hours again. There's another submission, so people are into it. It's all over the world. I think Sonny's telling us a lot of people in the ISL are going to kind of get through this weekend and then post some time, so should be fun. This challenge goes through to December 30. There's some cash on the line, but more than that, I think it's just fun to kind of get your name on the leaderboard and see where you're at in the world. And
can you only do it once? Like, can you only
No. Cody Simpson actually submitted his, and he thought he had the winning time, and then after he submitted, he realized
he's like like 1/10 off or something.
Yeah, a couple of hundreds behind. He's like, I'm doing that again in a couple of days. So it was cool. They're all into it. So
great.
Submit as many times.
Multiple entries are totally cool. A lot of people complaining to us about like, hey, we don't have a long course pool. We understand that.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a short course yards challenge, but right now it's long course time. So try to find a long course pool if you can. If you can't, well then you're out.
Yeah, figure it out. We'll get you.
Here's Cody 31-34 from Cody Simpson.
It was quick up until a couple of hours ago, until our NC State boy. What was his name? NC State. Let's give him some love here.
Luke Miller.
Luke Miller?
NC State. Yeah, and he swam great this weekend too. I think he went 132.2 in the 200 freestyle or something like that.
Oh, Luke Miller threw down. I mean, 21.8 is going to be tough to beat. But get out there and get amongst it. You don't have to knock him off, but you can certainly try and get under 30 or whatever your best time is. Get on that leaderboard and we'll put it up. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. And then what was the girl's name who's winning right now from Australia?
The
She's
Aussie?
fast.
Let me check. Lucy Dring. Lucy, yeah, that was legit. A lot of people like Roland Schumann sent me a text like, I think that's the most impressive kick, the female one, Lucy Dring from Australia. Solid.
Yeah, there it is, 33.3.
Yeah. I mean, just
way up there on the leaderboard right now. I mean, over 6 seconds.
She'd be 5th on the guys list.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's legit kicking right there.
Yeah. She would be on the guys list, who Bruno's not on the guys list.
Right.
Now there's some good names up there. Grant House was number 1 for a little bit. Who we have coming on the show next week.
Grant House will be on the show next week. Can you send me that?
House?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Well, we've already recorded it, but we'll post it. We'll post it Monday. Really good chat with him, by the way. Had a great
I
chat.
thought you guys were doing live. You're not doing live interviews anymore, or do you never?
Sometimes we do.
Is this it?
This one's live.
Well, yeah, obviously.
We're live.
We just do it when we're feeling dangerous. It's like we're feeling dangerous. Let's go live.
Okay.
Because live can give you a lot of shit. You never know what you're going to get with it. But the recorded ones a little bit more formal. But yeah, we did one with Grant, and then speaking of, did one with Laszlo, and I think you listened to the Laszlo one. What'd you think?
Oh gosh, that was amazing. Like we talked about, he was just very stoic, very serious, and just it was insightful. I mean, it was to me, it was interesting that he didn't really have any kind of relationship with Phelps at all. It made it sound like they just had like a few words, behind the blocks or in the ready room, and that was it. I mean, after years and years, like that was probably the most surprising thing for me, I think.
I don't know if Phelps has let any of his competitors really in,
Yeah.
Good point.
He doesn't come across as that type of guy to me.
Well, neither did Che, quite honestly. I mean, Che seemed like he was pretty straightforward and pretty, down to business kind of guy in your interview. It seemed, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's Hungarian. That's kind of the whole vibe over there is just, get down to business. And part of the interview was kind of touching on that in terms of the history of the way that they're trained there, of like, he had that situation where he came out a few weeks ago and kind of let everyone in a little bit on some of the stuff that was going on, maybe, years back in terms of training and the way they were doing things. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely two sides to that. And then, so I didn't want to just dig into his side of it necessarily. But culturally, like there are things about Australians where in America, people always say to me like, "Oh, you can't do that, you can't say that, you can't." It's like part of Australian culture, you know what I mean? So it's like culturally, we're just raised differently, so it's hard to be totally judgmental on all of it. But certainly he did some workouts that were like, holy hell. Nate ended up posting one of them. We talked about one of the workouts on there. It's like, geez, Louise. I mean, he not only did he do that workout once, he did it every week for 10 years. It was like,
plus he said he did like an hour and a half of dry land. So it wasn't just like he was jump roping and getting in the pool. I mean, he was doing all kinds of crazy crap.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why I think, like you said, I think he is the best swimmer to never have won gold. I mean, as political as it was. Yeah, I
didn't want to dump that on him. I felt kind of rude after I said it, but I meant it in a complimentary way. You know what I mean? Like, but
he's
no.
He's literally received that like 1,000 times. Probably.
Totally.
He's probably thought about it a lot.
Yeah.
God damn it! If there was no Michael Phelps, I'd be Olympic champion in multiple events and won Olympics.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure a few people have thought that.
It was his kryptonite. Here's his here's that set.
Yeah, that made me sick to my stomach. Totally.
You didn't see it.
That.
Oh yeah.
People were like, "What are the intervals? What are the intervals?"
And does it matter? I don't know.
Yeah. Does it matter?
I mean, it's all fast. If you want to get through that in 2 hours, you better put it on a quick interval. Otherwise you'll be there for 4 hours.
My mouth was, when I was watching that part, my mouth was just like progressively, like the jaw just kept going, it's one thing to do that set once, and then you hear he does it twice a week, and then you're like, how long did you do that? And he was like, what do you mean? Like, I did it for years.
Yeah.
Years. I'm like, dang. All right, cool. Yeah, so that he was interesting. It was good to chat with him. I know the language barrier was tough, and I've had some other guests where I've tried to get them on, and they're just too afraid to come on. And
Yeah, don't
really,
be scared. It's not. His interview was perfect. You understood exactly what he was trying to get. I thought he did a great job. Here's this. Can I play this clip real quick? It's less than a minute. This was him talking about, like, you'll see.
It sounds like you're really pushing for maybe some widespread changes in the way that people are trained in Hungary as well. Not just specifically about the one coach, but it sounds like the mentality of the way that you train.
I don't know. I'm not thinking about myself to spread the word and say you need to train like me. But there are a lot of talented coaches who realize the need to keep the flow and start try new training methods and everything else, because the old stuff is good, but the world is too fast, moving too fast. You need to keep the pace and try new things.
Yeah.
So many people were so pumped that someone interviewed him.
Oh yeah.
You know, so thankful.
Well, I think I put it out on my Instagram. I've been tracking him down for a year. I mean, honestly, we'd been going back and forth. We just couldn't figure it out. And he was very polite and nice. And sometimes he'd just disappear for months and I wouldn't hear from him. But I just kept coming back to him because I knew he's just one of those guys. And then eventually he's like, yep, let's do it tomorrow. I'm like, boom. Okay, sweet. Yeah, it's not perfect. You know, it's the language barrier. It's not perfect, but it's great. It's perfect. It's imperfectly perfect, you know, so
good enough for me.
Yeah. All right. What else we got here? Anastasia Gorbenko, first time in her life's history that she's done a podcast. She said she's never done one before. So she's coming up on we normally we drop Thursdays, but it's Thanksgiving, so we're going to honor and respect Thanksgiving here in America. We're going to drop this on Friday. And she's a superstar in the ISL right now for the LA Current. Young up and coming swimmer in the world, definitely going to be a force and factor in Paris. Israeli, and really unique story. She's actually going into the military. She has to go into the 2-year military service.
Right.
She's going into that in December. So that was really interesting to kind of navigate that and what's going on there. And
yeah, I am interested. How's she going to do that with Paris coming up?
We answered all those questions, my friend. I had all those questions myself.
I'll be sure to listen to it.
Yeah, check it out.
All right.
You know much about her, Retta?
Just following meets that she's done. She was in the World Cup. She seems to break a record every time she dives in.
Yeah, she does. Super talent is real. I don't think she understands how talented she is.
Yeah, she's really versatile. Yeah, the range is amazing.
I think she's just figuring herself out. You know, like, oh, I can actually swim pretty good. You know, I'm competitive. You know, I think she's just coming to terms with that as a young athlete and a world kind of force. You know, like when you come from a smaller country that's not known for its powerhouse swimming necessarily. Takes you a while to catch on and believe that you're one of the world's best. And I think she's kind of just figuring that out. So pretty cool. Yeah. What else?
That's it. What else?
What's the odds and ends?
Just always, anything else you got? We forgot to put up on here. Anything you want to talk about there, Retta?
Retta, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
What am I doing? Going to my sister's.
Where? Not the address. I don't want the address. Just
Cincinnati.
Just a roundabout. Cincinnati.
Save me a spot at the dinner table.
Yeah. Well, Brett knows. So I'm an identical twin. So
yeah.
I could be her right now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I have a twin.
Wait, you are a twin?
Yeah, I have a twin brother.
Are you?
My wife has a twin sister.
Oh my gosh.
That's a lot. And I'm going to go pick up my twins as soon as I get off this.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you have twins too, Brett. That's right.
There's just twins everywhere.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, next time I see you in person, Retta, I'm gonna buy you a drink.
Okay.
Twin
It's-
drink.
Okay, it's gonna have to be
Twins.
more than one.
Twin
but
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, one for me and then one for my sister. So 2.
What's your favorite holiday drink, Retta?
Oh gosh, I just love champagne and prosecco. I just drink those year round.
Mm, I like those too.
Can't
Yeah.
lose.
I'm not like an eggnog. I'm not a bourbon. I'm not all that. Ugh.
Okay.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow. This is tomorrow. What do we got?
Energy Standard, DC Trident, London Roar, and the LA Current. So
All right, there it is. Yeah, I was trying to figure out which one it was. It's the playoff
yeah, we're
4.
almost done here.
Oh
So we're
wow!
getting close.
Hang on, there's another match after this. There's 3 more matches.
No.
there's-
I think you were on the wrong
this-
date. Maybe.
Oh, okay. We're down to the 5. All right, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
last 2.
Right.
last 2. Okay, 5 and 6. Right, I got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's going to be. I mean that first match tomorrow is going to be crazy. It's a head-to-head
Yeah,
battle.
And then I'm just excited about all of it. Like Reloff came in, he was a little sick. He wasn't swimming fast. Now he's swimming a lot better. Energy Standard's gonna, they're looking good.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'd pay any money to go over there and watch. I think it'd be so fun live. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Be cool. All right, that's it. Been fun. Thanks a
All right,
lot.
guys.
Thanks.
Until next week. Happy Thanksgiving.